It's a big win. We needed it real bad. We were in a situation where we lose that game, and now we in a mandatory position to win. So now we control our own destiny as far as making the playoffs, and that's where you want to put yourself at in that situation. So we're 2-2 in the region right now. If we can win this week, we'll be 3-2, and we can solidify the third or fourth spot in the playoffs. It's all about making the tournament. You know, anybody will tell you that in any sport, that's your goal, to make the tournament. Very proud of our guys. They played well. You know, when you're losing, you find out who's really with you. And some of our players' attitude has not been that great, but our seniors have made those guys buy into what we're doing. So it's been a blessing, man, to be 1-6 and still have an opportunity to play in the postseason. And so with that being said, it was very, very good for us to get the win. Very proud of our offense, defense, special teams, our coaching staff, and our fans for coming out. And very happy for our seniors. It was senior night. For them to get a win on senior night at the Crampton Bowl will be something they'll remember for the rest of their life.
Well, we took the bye week, and we had a couple of nicks and crannies that we need to get out of the way. A couple guys with minor injuries that we wanted to rest. We also took that week and just went back to the basics. We worked on just strictly fundamentals and getting better as a unit. I did run them a lot. I gave them Monday off, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we worked real hard. We actually scrimmaged Thursday evening. They tried to give us a game-like simulation so we wouldn't be missing any steps. So I think the week went real well. Guys got an opportunity to get off their legs and just go a couple of reps of practice, and it was a good thing for us. So hopefully we're ready for this thing. This coming up Friday. It's for the area championship. So hopefully that week gave us an advantage.
We had a chance to go to Phoenix City this past weekend. Had some distractions before the game. Had to suspend some guys, but we just didn't play well. And Coach Dubose is doing a great job down up there in Phoenix City, and they have a tremendous team. We came out, we made a lot of mistakes. Didn't play well, I don't think, in any phase of the game. And you can't have a lackluster game like that against a quality opponent. And we pretty much got what we deserved for playing the way we did. And I guess coaching for the way we did as well.
Well, coming off of an emotional game like the Carver game, we were worried about a letdown. I thought the kids did a good job in the game of playing with an energy and a tempo that like they wanted to be there and wanted to win. It was kind of a weird atmosphere. There wasn't very many people there at the beginning of the game. Kind of felt kind of strange, and on top of that, we didn't have a great week of practice. And so I was really worried about how we would play in the game. But offensively, we played extremely well. We only punted once, and that was on the first series. After that, we moved the ball effectively through the air and on the ground, had 3 big plays in the game for touchdowns. And, obviously Dothan's struggling. You got to give them some credit, though. Their offensive team kept fighting, kept playing. They were able to score 2 touchdowns with their quarterback running a lot, and he's a pretty good athlete. So, some things we got to fix defensively that we really didn't play well in that ball game. But overall, thought it was a great night. Our kicker had a good night, kicked off well, made all his extra points, made a field goal. And hopefully that'll pay dividends for us down the road. The big thing was getting the win so we could come into this week with a lot of momentum and have a great week of preparation. And
complete game yet. I mean, last week we punted once. Actually, it was a great punt. We should have downed it inside the 5-yard line. But we haven't scored on defense all season. We scored on special teams in 1 game. So we're still trying to put together a game where the offense has no turnovers, the defense scores, and the special teams score. We're trying to put all that together, and we haven't yet. So with that being said, why not this week? We're going to Dothan. Nothing against Northview, nothing against the officials, but we always say when we go on the road, we're down 2 touchdowns before we get out the bus. So we have to be able to face that adversity and come out on a successful end. So with that being said, it is not proper English, but we win, we in. And so we have to get this one so that we can start the next season. And even though our season hadn't been what we had hoped it to be, our goal is to be in the tournament. And so we've been shouting all week, we win, we in. And in order to win on Friday night, we have to win at practice on Monday. and win that practice on Tuesday. And so our goal today is to win that practice, and we do that each day, get better each day, and hopefully Friday night we'll get better against the Northview Cougars.
Well, you ain't have to start off by hurting my feelings. And you said last year I still think about Jake Long, but he's just a good football player. Well, going into the week, the thing that first we talked to the guys on Sunday just about being proud of where you're from. That was kind of my address to those guys. It's a pleasure to have Montgomery teams that play for an area championship the way we beat up on each other. And that's kind of what I was talking to my guys about on Sunday. When you play the JDs and Lees, the Carver, and the Paul Crossing, I dare to say anybody else gets that kind of competition that's right across the street from you or right down the road from you. So we talked about first just being blessed to be able to play Park Crossing for the area championship and how that just impacted our city and our fans, Park Crossing fans and our fans. And we just think it's a great thing for athletics in Montgomery. That's the first thing we talked about. The other thing we talked about is just when you play a team like Park Crossing, execution is the main thing. You can not beat yourself. You have to do everything right. And we wanted to start that on Sunday. Every snap we took this week, our motto was do the right thing. Do the right thing on that snap. Do the right thing on that snap. So that's our mindset. That's how we approach the game. We know they have great players over there. Probably two best athletes in the city. When you talk about Cam and the running back McDaniels, they're just good players. Then you go over on the D line. I want to say that's one of the best D lines in the city and the state. When you look at that group as a whole, some guys judge it other ways. I judge it based on are you doing your responsibility? Can you handle your gap? Are you in the places that you need to be in? So this week is going to be a tough test for us. Everything's on the line. We had the same situation last year. So we're just excited to have the opportunity. That's what I told the guys. Just be excited to have the opportunity to play a team like Park Crossing and have an opportunity to win the city championship and the area championship. And it's just a great thing for us. So we'll do everything we normally do during the week. We'll prepare ourselves and we'll go in heads up and we'll try to play a good ball game.
Well, we don't have time to cry. We don't have time to lick our wounds. Just win or go home. I told the guys, I told the coaches, you know how boring life gets after football season? I'm a guy, I don't have that many hobbies. It's getting too cold to fish. I don't hunt. So I want to keep coaching as long as I can. And I want this season to keep going as long as it can. And in order for it to do that, we've got to win Thursday. We got homecoming. Our seniors, going to the playoffs is nothing new for them. And their 4 years playing with me, they've been twice. And when we just talked about how bad it was, that year that we didn't make it, how they felt. So, and being here in Montgomery, Park Crossing's in. Lee's going to be in. Lanier's going to be in. Carver's going to be in. We don't want to be that team that doesn't have a postseason. So our mindset is, hey, let's just do your job. That's the most important thing. Doing your job, not trying to be a hero. We done had highs this season. We done had lows this season. But we've stayed together. And that's the biggest thing. So Thursday night, expect us to come out there and put our best foot forward.
Well, motivation shouldn't be a factor this week. I told the guys that the coaches have to get you excited to prepare for this game, then you don't need to be out there. We realize what's on the line. We're facing a Lanier team that's very talented. They're well coached. They're hungry. They've had a lot of success, through the summer, through the fall. They've got a great team. They've got great players. They do a good job with their athletes of making plays. The quarterback's a tremendous player, obviously, but they've got a lot of skilled guys to go with him. And they do what's really impressive to watch is how many plays that he makes outside the pocket when he gets flushed. And I'm talking about plays down the field, throwing the ball. You can't come off your coverage, but then you can't, if you sit back, he's going to tuck the ball and run. So defensively, we've got a huge challenge. I think they're in the top 5 in the state in scoring defense, so they're not giving up a lot of points. So, it's going to be a heck of a game. I think the team that handles adversity the best, team that makes the fewest mistakes, is cliche, but that's the team that's going to win the game Friday night. And as emotional as the game's going to be, you can't let emotions take over you in the game to where you don't play what you're supposed to do. You get out of your game by trying to do too much, or you allow your emotions to make you do something stupid or after a play and that kind of thing. Penalties are going to be huge in this game. So you can't make a mistake through emotion that costs you to either give them a first down on defense or set you behind the chains because you made a mistake emotionally in the game. So you got to keep that in check. But with all that said, these are the games that you play for. Those big blowout wins, they're great, but they're not what you remember. And the memories that they make on both sides Friday night will last a lifetime. And, how do you want to have that memory? You want it to be, that you didn't come out as a winner. And so that's the challenge. But it's exciting. I told the guys, enjoy it, man. You don't get these opportunities a lot. And so it should be something for them to enjoy. The city of Montgomery is going to have a great show to come see. And no matter what, both teams are going to be the top two in the region and host in the first round. But the big thing this year is that one seed means something because they revamped the brackets in the playoffs now, and the higher seed is the home team. So you can save a lot of travel, get to play at your stadium if you're the one seed. You're guaranteed 2 rounds at home, possibly all 4 before the finals could be at your place if you're a 1 seed. So that's the biggest thing, is getting that 1 seed for the playoffs, and hopefully we'll play well. I think should be a tough, hard-fought game.
Nation, I want to tell you thank you so much. We heard your applause on senior night, clapping for the boys. It was really great to hear those guys, to hear you all excited to watch them play. Even at halftime, we played Lanier. I remember hearing you guys clapping and hollering. So we know you're there. Your presence is felt. I'm realistic. I know everybody's not going to Dothan, Alabama to watch us play Northview, but if you do, please come and scream loud. Our Booster Club president does a great job of getting a fan bus. So talk with Brett Hardy about getting on the bus, have a safe trip, a comfortable ride all the way down to Dothan to watch us play. I will be at the Crampton Bowl Thursday night, and I'll be rooting on those mighty, mighty Jeff Davis Volunteers. And so I'm going to have my green on. I'm going to have a C on my green, but I have my green on, and I'll be rooting on Jeff Davis. As Coach Cunningham said, we want everybody in the city to make the playoffs. Friday night, if you can't make it to watch us, go watch a great football game. I don't have a favorite who win. I just know our region is very tough, and those are the 2 best teams in our region. And so go watch those guys play, support them. And on Saturday, we can go out and support Lee as well. So it's a busy weekend for football, a lot of good football right here in the city. What a blessing to be a part of what's going on with Montgomery High School school football, and I'm excited to be a part of it. But if you want to travel, we'd love to see you down there. It's going to be a big night.
First of all, Thursday night, come out and watch Jeff Davis play Prattville. Listen, everybody, we need to get everybody in Montgomery County in the playoffs. That's an important thing for our city and our brand of ball. I don't know if everybody look at it that way, but that's important for every school to get in, so that proves our brand of ball and how we're playing ball. Friday night, tough game. 2 good teams that's coming together. They're both from your city. All of Montgomery come out. Jeff Davis beat them played on Thursday, so come out and watch Park Crossing and Lanier. Second year in a row, we're going to battle for the area championship. It's a very good thing for the city, and we look forward to seeing you there.
All right, Thursday night, 7 o'clock, Crampton Bowl. Your Jeff Davis Volunteers take on your Prattville Lions. Hey, we need you. It's a win-or-go-home game. If it was basketball, it'd be Game 7. We win, we're in. The boys really feed off you all, so, hey, make sure we're there.
T-Bird fans, we need you Friday night, man. It's going to be a packed house. Lanier's going to bring a huge crowd, so we got to match that. Our guys feed off of your energy. We're going to need everybody there wearing Cardinal and Navy and cheering for the Thunderbirds.